welcome to Otaku Saga. I'm Zero.
I'm DK.
And I'm Rizzo, and today on Anime Reaction, we watched the 22nd episode of Re:Zero. If you want to check out our reaction to the 22nd episode of Re:Zero, hit that link in the description below.
And be sure to give us feedback in the comment section because we love hearing from you.
And as always, if you like what you see, subscribe to Otaku Saga, and don't forget to like and share our videos. And thanks for watching.
So, this episode of Re:Zero.
We ended the white whale and the real fight began.
Yeah.
Finally.
So the episode began with a bit of a... It's not Julius and Subaru reconciling, but kind of like a passive-aggressive conversation there.
Yeah, they kind of apologize. There's still a little something simmering between them.
It's mostly on Subaru's end. Like, yeah. Subaru is really
annoyed with how high class Julius.
Yeah.
I'm Julie.
Sorry. Julie.
The artist formerly known as Julius.
Yes.
He's so high class that he decides to temporarily change his name to Julie in order to be a mercenary for a day or two.
To disassociate himself from the mercenaries.
Please, at least call yourself Jules or something. That way I can think of like, oh God, what was that movie? The Quentin Tarantino movie. Oh God.
Okay.
Pulp Fiction.
Oh, okay.
Samuel L. Jackson's character.
Right. Julius. Yeah.
Don't call yourself Julie, please.
It just makes you look like a bitch.
Anyway, so a little bit of banter between the two right as they first meet, and then they go ahead and set up battle plans for what's going on, and head on their way.
Yeah. Now, while they're on their way, we have another conversation between Julius and Subaru. Between Julius and Subaru. and basically, Julius kind of confirmed my suspicions from the last episode, which is that since Subaru gets all the credit for the white whale, the subjugation of the white whale, it really helps out his status with the Knights. Because it's been the Knights' goal for centuries to subjugate the white whale.
Which is cool, and I'm fairly certain in Julius's eyes that Subaru, of course, is a much bigger man. You know, he's a little bit more grown up, but I know that there's a part in Julius's head that this is still a stupid kid. He is going to vocalize that he's a better man, and he might act like it a little bit just because of his honor, his duty. But I still think that there might be a little bit of resentment there. But in this conversation, it's actually really interesting in this conversation where Subaru, they start putting things under the bridge. You know, they start apologizing.
Yeah.
They start saying, "Oh yeah, I was a dick." You know, and stuff like that.
That's an improvement. And
the situation is improving.
I don't think we expected it that soon. I thought we'd have to at least wait an episode.
I didn't expect it at fucking all.
Yeah, I really did.
Yeah, there you go.
I kind of expected that the whole resentment thing would just keep going. But so after that, they go to start subjugating the witches cult. And basically the plan is that Subaru just walks straight in and distracts Betelgeuse. Which works very well. Surprisingly well. shockingly well. Unbelievably well.
Like, what the fuck is going on?
It almost-
This is too
Far too easy.
good.
Like, you just knew something was going to happen because there's no fucking way that this show's going to make a fight go that easy. There's no way. And, well, we was right.
We're not disappointed.
We was right.
But the original fight, it really was that fucking easy.
Yeah, literally just walk in.
Walk in. Hi, Julia. Or hi, Beetlejuice.
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, it's not me you're fighting. What?
Yeah. Chop in half. But yeah, so they go back, and I guess they're preparing to go destroy the fingers. Basically Beetlejuice's 10 top disciples in the I guess House of Sloth. And well, as it turns out, the powers that Beetlejuice had,
The unseen hand.
yeah,
Yeah.
they passed down to one of the fingers. And so the unseen hand attacks from the forest and grabs a bunch of people and kills them. I actually noticed that the finger, the second sloth, had less unseen hands than Beetlejuice did.
Probably had less unseen hands. Oddly, had the same clothes.
That's not
That's
really.
cultist uniform.
Yeah,
worlds.
they were both wearing
No.
cultist uniforms.
The bloody gloves and the missing gospel.
Okay, well, so all the cultists get gospels.
Yeah.
When they get invited, I guess, that invitation that you can't say no to. The robes that they were wearing were definitely the cultist uniforms. They weren't wearing gloves; those were their fingers that were bloody. They were biting their fingers.
Well, you saw that the second Beetlejuice had bloody fingers, and was missing the gospel.
Yeah, that was kind of interesting, I guess.
I think it's a key detail that it needs to be addressed, because that body, those robes, were cut in half. You know, and completely blown to bits. But Subaru has Beetlejuice's gospel.
Yeah. But other than the gospel, I don't think they're the same person at all. Like I think maybe the gospel might pass down to the next in line. Like, maybe supposed to, like, teleport or something. But other than that, it's the way that the person was dressed, or even the bloody fingerprints or fingertips. I think it was a her, whatever.
Ginger.
Was just gnawing on their fingers like Beetlejuice did.
Yeah, I think the unseen hand and Beetlejuice's just sheer insanity passed down, perhaps. So when our new...
Technically don't know how insane the rest of the Witch's Cult is either, because none of them have had lines.
But the mannerisms of the new Beetlejuice are identical.
Yep.
So that's why I'm getting that
it's
conclusion.
definitely a mental thing too. It could honestly just be like the mentality of having the powers of sloth. Like if they keep calling Subaru Pride, if he is indeed what would be the leader of a pride-based cult, if he were to die and it passed down to the next person in line, I think that they would have some of his mental instabilities too.
Probably.
The way that, honestly, he's too prideful. Like, that's why it doesn't shock me at all that they're like, oh, you're Pride. Yeah, I can see that.
If you had to pick one deadly sin for him, then that would be it.
That would probably be it.
Yeah.
But yeah. So, I guess it was the little cat people that summoned the spirit over to distract the second Betelgeuse.
But a little red spirit just ended up flying around the second Betelgeuse.
Sure, it wasn't a laser pointer.
Could have been.
Don't you know, cat people can't use laser pointers?
That would be fun to see. I wish the Subaru. I wish Subaru brought that as like a media instead of that cell phone.
Right.
It's playing.
But another interestingly cool thing that I found out that you notice is when the cat twins decide to boom bubble across the lake. Mm-hmm. It spewed up a bunch of water, and it bounces off the unseen hands.
Yeah, basically it's the same thing that you always see with anything invisible in fiction, really.
Like a Klingon bird of prey before it decloaks.
Oh, no, not necessarily that, because that's in space usually, but usually say an invisible man or something, he'll almost always get something splashed on him.
Right, or walk through a puddle or something.
Yeah, so that people can see him.
Yeah.
Well, it's usually like liquid is dropped on him, paint, water, whatever.
Right.
But because the liquid sticks to the unseen hands, and it doesn't turn invisible when it hits them, Wilhelm can see the unseen hands and disarms her,
which was brilliant.
And then moves in and slashes, and
across the water, I might add,
and disarms again, while also slashing the person's heart.
And thus begins the longest death monologue in recent history.
I was about to say, I've seen longer. But, when your heart is actually slashed.
Kind of hard to speak without a windpipe and a heart beating and all. And your lungs are severed.
I wouldn't necessarily say that the windpipe was destroyed, but...
Well, I mean, if you're cutting an X from the center, I mean, it goes across your sternum, it punches your lungs, your heart, possibly your diaphragm.
I could still see the person talking. I don't necessarily have a problem that they were talking. It's just the length that they were talking.
No, definitely not for the length.
Because, I mean...
That was like
you can technically survive something puncturing your heart, but you bleed out quick.
You probably got 5-10 seconds tops?
Yeah. Probably less.
Probably less.
But like the death of Bill Murray in Zombieland.
Yeah. It's kind of what it reminded me of, actually.
Yeah. Except this one was This one was that in a bad way. The one that Bill Murray did in Zombieland, that was comedic. Amusing.
It's because Bill Murray's involved. Come on now.
Exactly. Yeah. But this time I was just like, oh my god, just fucking die!
Speaking of comedy, though, I do have to point out how, I don't know if it was unintentionally hilarious, but I found, that whole part with Subaru just calmly walking up and talking with Betelgeuse, fucking funny as hell. Some of Betelgeuse's reactions, you get that really unsettling character, but then you
didn't get Betelgeuse.
Well, no. Then you then you kind of set them off kilter from what they were expecting, and it just produces really funny situations.
Actually, what I thought was really funny was actually at the beginning of the episode when Julius and Subaru meet up, and then Subaru realizes Julius was talking because they're actually trying to compliment him about the whale and everything, and that awkward laugh.
Yeah, well, they both start laughing, and then the title pops up. Yeah, so that was really amusing.
I love that.
I think that my best comedy of this episode was what Subaru did with his gospel.
Oh, that was.
Oh my god.
That's again Betelgeuse's reaction to Subaru going, "Oh yeah, I used it as a coaster, so it's kind of messed up.
I threw it out." Does not compute.
What the fuck did you just say?
Alright, about enough time. Talk about tempting fate, jeez.
Right?
Could you imagine if he said that and the plan wasn't set in motion?
Right?
Oh man, he would have been so fucked.
Oh god, that is unintentionally hilarious, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, it may have been intentional on the part of the author, but that was really funny.
Or the author, or
and
the
just
director,
kind of the whole way that the episode was just like unsettling. Like for the majority of it, it's like, oh, that plan's way too easy. There's got to be something. Something's got to give.
Especially,
something's gonna happen.
Especially like after Beetlejuice and everybody's like gathering around. You know,
Are you sure he's dead?
Talking, laughing.
when they're back in the woods, everybody's gathered around. All right, well, there's Beetlejuice down. That one's pretty easy. Let's go take on the rest. Everybody's laughing, having a good time, joking.
And Subaru's just, he had that bad feeling.
I think that we actually heard a joke from Julius.
Yeah. But that entire time, it's just like, it's so like calming, and in almost any other anime it would be fine, but this anime is just so unsettling.
You just know something bad's around the corner. Even when, actually, probably especially when Tibby decided to bonus ball Beetlejuice there.
Yeah.
I think there's some alliteration for you. Even then, you just knew some shit was gonna go down.
Yeah, it's like there's no way that he died that easily.
Yeah.
Like, because basically the last half season of this show has been building and building up Beetlejuice in the times that we see him.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's obviously when he killed Rem, when he crushed her,
Turned her into a owl.
Oh god. But it's just building and building and building, and then there's just that anticlimax, and it's like there's no way that this is what the author actually went for,
Yeah.
So I mean, it was good on the show for that, I think.
But what I think was probably the staple of this episode was right at the end. Everything's fine. We're gonna go get everybody out of the village. Everything is perfect. Everything is going according to plan. Yeah, we had a little setback here and there, but and then Felix,
whatever.
Decided to tell Subaru, you really should make up with Julius.
Thought we'd in.
All right, fine.
Goes to catch up, and suddenly, yeah, he's just like,
all of a sudden he's alone.
Yeah, he's alone, and you see a blue flower petal fly past his face, and it kind of looks cold, kind of maybe just like some sort of effect or something.
They just got the color balancing wrong.
And then you see Ram wearing a hood.
Ram, or someone who looks like Ram.
Yeah.
Because at first it looked blonde.
But we were thinking that Ram wouldn't have that. Well, or y'all were thinking that Ram wouldn't have that kind of magical power. But it could be, or.
Yeah, I don't think Ram has that. Well,
highlighted hair.
She hardly has any power at all, to be completely honest.
Yeah.
Like, it has stated that the most that she can do is use the wind power to like shoot basically spikes of wind energy. So she definitely doesn't have that power.
It didn't quite look like the frozen power that Puck used.
Yeah, when Puck goes off, it looks more gray, overcast, like like the world's ending in a blizzard.
This kind of it was kind of foggy. Now, blue petal. I just want to keep that in mind. Blue petal. It wasn't a snowflake. It wasn't a.
It was like a sakura petal that you see in anime,
but
except blue.
Dabba about die.
Yeah, like a light blue.
And I could have sworn that when I saw Rem, she had like that blonde hair at the very beginning. Ram, yeah. at the very beginning, when you first see her, right before she takes off her hood, the hair that was left over under the hood, looked blonde, and I'm like, this isn't right. What?
So, new character maybe? Interesting point to introduce a new character, and we only have a couple more episodes.
Yeah. I'm not sure if that's necessarily what it is.
Because, like, the only character...
But you do also have to remember this is a novel. Okay, I just pulled it up again. It's definitely Rem's color. Because for both of them, you kind of get, when it goes towards the tips, it turns almost white.
Fades out a little.
I guess.
Those hair ties, that looks a lot like Ram to me.
But like this is starting the reveal. It just
The bangs are parted to Ram's way.
Yeah. It looks so weird.
And again, I mean, we didn't think she had any sort of power.
Right here.
All right. So looking at a frame where she's holding a blue flower. Maybe she got a hold of a magical item.
Yeah, I think it might be a magical item. I don't know. It's just.
In this specific one, it really looks odd. Like there's something else at play here. It could be Ram, and it most definitely is Ram.
Yeah.
But there's something else going on here because this isn't entirely Ram. If that makes sense.
Well, I think the flower has something to do with whatever magical thing's going on.
I think so too, which would explain the petal flying. So maybe this flower, if you pluck a petal or something, has the ability to stop time.
I doubt that.
It has to have some
It's
sort
not
of
stopping time though either, because it's not like,
that's true.
you know, it's not like Subaru was like.
Yeah, true.
You know, it's not like there was people stopped in time when Subaru was down there. They were gone.
It's almost like this might be weird, but it almost might be like the whale fog.
That's exactly what I thought, and I was like, wait a minute,
or something.
this is not right.
I think like maybe she got the power from either Clown Guy or
Roswell.
Roswell, or the blonde girl.
Beatrice. I think. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean,
And before
I'm really looking forward to the next episode because that was a
there's
good cliffhanger to leave off.
There's a lot of questions this brings up, and I don't think we want to try and ask them now, let alone try to answer them now.
Yeah. So I think we should probably just leave it off here.
Yeah.
Before we make this discussion any longer. So let us know what you thought of anime, what you thought of our reaction in the comment section below.
Yep, thumbs up if you like it, thumbs down if you don't.
Yeah, if you don't, what's wrong with you? That's going to do it for this episode of Anime Reaction. As always, I'm DK.
I'm Zero.
And I'm Rizzo.
See you next time.